Okay. So yeah, again. Okay, I forgot. Hi, this is coding class with Master Han and my star student here, Tanay. Say
Hi.
hello, Tanay.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna start sharing. So like I said, we're gonna have code art contest this week. Submissions are due this Friday before 10 p.m. And don't worry, we're going to have next month, we're going to have another project or a contest. So don't worry about that. So we're going to have more and more. It's not like a one-time thing. Okay. Okay. So I have good news. I have upgraded the contest. So now the grand prize will be, can you read this?
Yep.
Okay. So this grand prize is going to be a $25 gift card of your choice. Okay. So the $25 gift card is whatever gift card is available on gift.com. So if you go to gift.com, you can see all the gift cards that are available. And they have a lot of, they might not have, now, you're really into Legos. So you probably want to get the, let's go. I'll show you. What are you into now? Just Legos?
And Roblox.
Oh, Roblox. Okay, Roblox. Okay, Legos and Roblox. Okay. I don't know if they have Roblox. We'll have to see. Do they have Roblox? Do they have Roblox? Oops, sorry, they do not have Roblox. They do not have Roblox. Okay. Wait a minute. They don't have Amazon either? Why do they not have Amazon? Oops, they don't have Amazon. You guys have Target in Canada?
Yeah. No.
Oh, there's no Target in
We've been
Canada?
to Target before.
Oh, okay. Okay. I keep forgetting you're in Canada. Because this is in the United States. Okay. Well, you have an iTunes account?
No.
No? Okay. You can create an iTunes account. You have Apple though, but you don't have an iTunes account? Okay. Um, well, the other option would be to get a iTunes or Google Play, and you could use that to buy digital games, apps, books, movies, music. So that's an option. We'll figure something out. I'll figure something out. Don't worry. I forgot. I keep forgetting you're in Canada. We'll figure something out. Don't worry about that. Okay. We'll figure something. If worst comes to worst, I'll have to. How much is a Lego set? How much are they now? They're like $50.
The big ones are like over 100.
Over 100. Okay.
But some of them are like $5.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll figure something out. Okay.
So that it's
So
in
the
range from like 200 to
Yeah,
$5.
I mean, yeah, there can be, yeah. Okay, so the grand prize is now going to be a $25 gift card of your choice from gift.com. First place will be 1,000 coins, and second place will be 500 coins. Okay, and where is it? Okay. Okay, so I already have the code. I did I typed out all the code components. Okay. So it's under, if you go to classwork, it's under It's under art contest. Okay. So we're gonna, for most of today, we're gonna review, and then tomorrow and Thursday, you'll get a chance to start putting it together. Okay. So all the code is there, and also I already created a trinket. Oh, by the way, I need to explain that the code that's in the Google Classroom. So what happens is that I put these dots. Can you see these dots?
Mm-hmm.
I put those dots in. You would not do that in your code. The only reason I put the dots in is that when I edit the post, when I put in spaces and then I save, then the spaces are all gone, and then everything is flushed to the left side of the page. I don't know why. It's a technical issue. But so by putting in the dots, then it shows you the correct indentation. Okay. So you wouldn't be copying the code from this page, because I already have a code page for you to copy and paste and play around with. Okay. So, but if you want to look at the code and to know what the code does, then this page is to help you to understand that. Okay. So under art contest, there's already oh, maybe I don't have it. Oh no, I'm sorry. Under turtle graphics code, I have a link. Okay. You click on this link and it will take you to this trinket. Okay. The trinket has all the code you need. Okay. Gonna make that bigger. Okay. So this trinket will have all the code you need to do this code art project. Okay. So again, you need to, so what you want to do is you want to copy this code into your trinket. So you need to have a separate trinket on your account. And then so you can play around it. And then what you can do is, I'm sorry, let me go back. Okay. So once you save your trinket, and then you're able to submit it, then you need to click on, and your mom can help you, of course, or your father can help you. It's very simple. So you click on the share button, and then you click on link, and then it's going to generate this link for you. Then you need to copy that into Google Classroom and then post it to me so that I can look at your trinket. Okay? So tomorrow, if by tomorrow afternoon, whatever you're working on, send me a link so I can look at it and help you with it. Okay?
Wait, Master Han,
Yes.
is it okay if I send you a picture of what I want to do?
Well, let's a sketch. Let me just finish this and you'll have a better idea. Okay? Okay, so the first thing we need to do is you need to import turtle. Okay? Because that gives you the ability to draw. Okay? If you don't import turtle, nothing will happen. Okay?
And if you make a hashtag, then
right, the hashtag will turn it off. Okay.
Speaking of hashtags, Master Han, I think we finally found out how to do hashtags.
Okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay. It's not that important. Yeah. Okay. I know you. You know, your mom and your father. They're very smart, and you're smart. So you guys can figure it out. I'm not worried about that. Okay. So after you import the turtle, then you have to create a turtle. Okay. You don't have to call it Bob. Okay. You could call it whatever you want. Okay.
Master Han.
Yes.
I'm gonna go in the living room. So.
Okay. So we have to first import turtle, then we have to create a turtle, and you can change the name. Now, if you change the name of Bob, then you have to change everything else in the code, okay? Because you can't call it, you see what I'm doing? So if I change the name to Bob to Tanay, right? Or let's say Tan, right? All the other Bobs have to become Tan, okay? You can't change the name without changing everything else. So if you want to just keep it Bob, you're more than welcome to. I have no problem, okay? So once you change to create a turtle, or you can think of it as a turtle or a pen, because it's good to think of it as a pen because you're drawing with it, right? If you want to change the color, you use the color command. Okay, it's also could call it a oops. You can also think of it as a method, but you can just think of it as a command. Now, if you want to change the speed of the pen, again, 0 is the fastest. You okay?
Yep.
Okay. Make sure your face is in the camera, Tanay. Got to push it down a little. Your face is out. Okay. Okay, so 0 is the fastest speed. 10 is fast. 0 is fastest. I don't know why they did it that way. That's the way they did it. 1 is slowest. 6, 7 is in the middle, medium speed. Okay. So this is important. In the beginning, the pen starts at the center of the screen. Okay. So I'm going to change this to the slowest speed, 1. Okay. And then I'm going to run the code. And then you can see, now you see the pen, Bob starts in the center. Do you see this? This point here, that is the center of your drawing area, your canvas, okay? So if you want to move the pen, it's a 3-step process. You have to pen up, then you have to go to, so the pen is down by default. So if you want to move the pen, you have to do pen up so you don't draw anything by accident. And then you have to use a go to command, okay? So 0, 0 is the center. So if you move, the first number is the X, so that's the left and right. The second number is the Y, that's the top and bottom, okay? So the X tells you, so when X goes up, so if you make it X 100, then the pen is going to move up the canvas. If you make it a negative number, the pen is going to move down. So the Y number is the number on the left. If Tanay, your face is not in the camera. Okay. So the X number tells the pen to move to if you make it negative, it moves to the left. If you make it positive, the pen moves to the right. So if you combine the X and Y numbers, you'll have to experiment. Okay. You have to experiment to get the pen to exactly where you want. Do you have to keep it? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
When you make the red circle thingy, why are there shapes in the background?
Yeah, because I just drew all of them.
Oh.
So the red spiny circle, the red star, that's the last thing to be drawn. Okay, that's actually not the second to last thing to be drawn. Okay. Okay, so pen up, go to, pen down. So you have to end with pen down so that you actually start to draw. Okay, pen down tells the turtle to actually, that's when you can start to draw. Okay, you're showing me the whole house today.
Sorry.
No problem.
My Chromebook is charging while I'm doing this, and I'm trying to sit on the sofa to while it's charging, but it's not working.
It's not charging?
No.
Oh,
no, it's not working.
Is your battery? Do you have enough battery?
The cord is too short. Yeah. I'm okay.
Is the battery gonna die?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like half.
Okay. So now, if you want to draw a pentagon, so this for loop will draw a pentagon. So it's going to loop 5 times. It's going to, it's each line, it will be 50 pixels. And then it's going to turn left 72 degrees, okay? And then that draws the red pentagon, okay? If you want to fill in the shape with color, you have to have the begin fill and end fill commands. If you don't have the begin fill and end fill commands, then you're not going to draw any. I mean, it's not going to fill it with any color, okay?
Wait, Master Han.
Yes.
And when you're choosing a color for it and you don't want to fill it in, well,
Then you
even if
just,
you fill it in, it doesn't matter. But if the color is white, will
right, if your
anything
color is
happen?
white, then you're not going to see anything because the background is white.
But what if you make the background black?
I would say,
Like, this dark and light thing at
right.
the.
I would say right now, I don't want to overload everyone with lots of commands. So let's just stick with the white background, okay?
Okay.
And then later on, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so that's basically, and so what you're gonna do is gonna be a process of picking pen up, go to, pen down. So you'll need to do that first, and then you want to draw. Now you can draw whatever you want to draw. So you have to combine the code so that it draws. Let's say you want to draw a house, right? So if you want to draw a house, then first, like, look what's happening right? So first you have to draw a rectangle, and then you would have to, rectangle, and then you would need to draw a triangle on top, okay? So I already have the code for you to draw a pentagon. Now this is a hexagon. This is a hexagon because it has 6 sides. And then you see the pattern here. I draw a shape. I do pen up, go to, pen down. Then maybe I'll change the color. You don't have to, it's your choice. And then I do another begin fill now. And then I do another code here. This draws a square, a blue square. And then again, I do pen up, go to, pen down. And then here I'm drawing a rectangle. That's that rectangle with no color. And then you see here, I'm not doing pen up, pen go to, pen up, go to, pen down. I'm staying in the same location, right? First I draw the rectangle, and then I'm drawing the triangle, okay? So now the two shapes are connected. Am I making any sense? Okay. And then here I do pen up, go to, pen down. I change the color, and then I'm drawing another hexagon. And then I do pen up, go to, pen down, and then I change the color. You don't have to change the color. You can keep it the same color. But then if you have the shapes on top of each other, then it's kind of hard to tell. It depends on what you want to draw. Okay. Now the circle is really simple. The circle is really simple because there's only one command. So I change the color to red. I do the begin fill, circle, end fill. If you don't do the begin fill and the end fill, then you're just going to have an outline of a circle. Okay? So all the code is here. So just copy that code into your trinket. Okay? Now, look, you see, you have a copy button. So you could just hit this copy button and it'll create a trinket. Now you have to be logged in to your trinket account as yourself. And then when you open this link, then it'll open into your account. And then you should be able to click on this copy button and then copy the code into your own trinket. If you have any problems, ask your mom or your father. They should be able to help you. Okay. Now I'm gonna create a new trinket. Okay, new trinket. And I'm gonna create a new trinket. And okay, so I'm gonna give you control. Okay, I'm gonna give you control. Okay, I'm giving you control today. So what is the first thing we have to do today? Can you remember? What is the first thing you have to do?
Wait, Master Han, the wire came out. I'm just gonna put it back in.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you're in control. What is the first thing we need to do? What's the first line of code? Today, you get it? Can you put your face in the camera? No? Okay. No? Okay. Right? Import. Okay, very good. Hit enter. Okay. Now, what is the second thing we need to do?
Bob.
It doesn't have to be
Total
Bob.
dot.
It doesn't have to be Bob. Let's make it Tan. Tan for Tanay. Tan.
I have a good name.
Well, today you have to keep in mind if you use the word QWERTY, then you're going to have to type that over and over again. So keeping it short is going to be a lot easier for you. Okay. Don't make your life harder than it needs to be. Okay. Hit enter.
Wait.
Okay. Let's just go stick with Tan. Okay. Let's just use your initials. Let's use TA. Tanay, okay. TA. Okay. Let's just do that. Okay. And then what do we need? TA. And then what do we need next?
Space.
Yeah, space would be nice because the Python interpreter does not care, but it's easier to read if you put a space in there.
Turtle. What?
Oops, sorry, I moved the mouse. Sorry.
Oh wait.
Okay, we're missing something. We're missing
Yeah.
something.
I was trying to put in the LE. What it
Sorry.
let me.
No. Today. Before that, I need TA and then something. What do we need after TA?
A dot.
No.
Period.
How do we create a variable? How do we create a variable because TA is a variable. It's an object. It's a variable and an object. How do we create the variable TA? What do we need?
A value.
Okay, we have that. You already know that. What do we need between the variable name and the value? What is the symbol? What is the symbol we need? If I want to create a variable X with the value 5, what do I need to do that?
Variable X with a value of 5.
So how would we code that in Python?
TA equals 5.
Right. So you're going to type TA turtle.turtle. Right. If you don't have that, then Python doesn't know. Right. Okay. Now, what do we need after that? I would like a space.
Oh.
Let's have a space so that, yeah, thank you. That's for human beings. In order for human beings to understand what you're writing, you need to put spaces. You can't just type 10,000 words all together without spaces. No one. Okay. So the first turtle is the name of the module. The second turtle is the name of the class. So the name of the class would have a capital T, not a lowercase t.
I tried putting a capital T, but it didn't let me.
You can't do shift. There's no shift.
There is a shift button.
Yeah, shift T. Shift. No? Why is it this shift doesn't work? Okay. Yeah, I did it for you. Wait a minute, I'll do it for you. Okay. Capital T. Whoa. Capital T, and then just finish that. Okay, and then what do we need after the turtle? What are the two things we need?
A dot?
No. Starts with a P.
Parentheses?
Yes, parentheses. Thank you. Parentheses.
Oh.
Nope.
Wait.
Go
Something
back
happened.
up. Okay. Okay. Okay, so after that, let's say you want to change the color. So how would you change the color? You have to make a new line. Not Bob. It's not Bob anymore. There's no Bob.
Oh yeah. Ta dot.
Right.
Ta dot.
Type it out. Type it out. Don't tell me. Just type it out. Oops. There's no E in color. No, that in that that's a Canadian spelling. There's no U in color in a,
Mm,
you're thinking of Canada. No. Python is in English, not Canadian English.
hmm.
Color. It's only two O's. Color, not CO. Yeah. Color.
Wait,
Color.
two O's?
No, 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 no. Color. 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 Okay. Nope. Okay. So what do we need? No, 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 no. So what do we need after color?
Color, and then parentheses,
Right. Parentheses.
and
Parentheses. And but you need to put that in double quotes. It's a string. You're typing in a
but I
string.
tried to do blue, not glee.
Okay. But you need to put in quotes. Well, you deleted everything.
Oh,
You need double quotes. No, no, no. I did that for you.
oh,
Double quotes. Okay. And then type in blue. Okay. And okay. New line. So let's draw a circle. Let me just 1 second. This is easier for to read if I do this. Okay, let's make a circle. How do we make a circle?
ta,
Right. Don't tell me, just type it in. Oops. That's a sickle. Right. Okay. And now you have to give it the radius. How do we do that? Radius is half of the diameter. So what do we need now?
radius is half of the diameter, so I think I want to make it.
Okay,
Wait,
but
do I
let's
do
put it.
inside parentheses the
Yeah,
radius?
you need the perm. Yes, you have to have parentheses. Yeah. Nope.
Oh wait, that's a 9. That's a 9.
Okay. Okay.
I to
So you
do
just put an integer in, and the integer will be let's just go with 100. Okay. Now run the code.
how do I do that?
You have to go up this. You have to go up the screen because it's you can't move the mouse.
It's not letting me.
It's not letting you move the mouse. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. No, 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 no. Don't do anything. Okay. So click on the run button. You can't click on the run button.
I'm trying.
Okay.
I
1
can.
second. Okay. Now if you want to fill in, how do we do the
I think it's fill.
Okay, so
No,
let's type it in.
T fill in.
We'll type it in.
Okay.
So what do we need before the circle, and what do we need before the circle and after the circle? Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? You're moving.
I don't know. This thing's not working. It keeps on throwing me out of controlling.
Okay. Whoa, whoa, stop moving the mouse. Stop moving the mouse. Okay. Okay. So in order, okay, I'll do it for you. Okay, so in order to fill in the circle, what is the command we need? What is the command we need? What do I need to do before I draw the circle?
Ta dot fill
Dot.
in.
Oh, not okay, not fill in. What's the command?
Pen up.
No, it's
No,
not
pen
pen
down.
up.
Pen down.
No.
Pen down.
How do you tell it to start filling in? Because you have to tell it to start, and then tell it to stop. How do we tell? What is the command for that? Starts with a
pen up.
B. Starts
Pen
with
down.
a B. No,
Down.
we don't need that. Starts with a B. The command starts with a B. Starts with a B.
I don't know. What?
Okay, so we need to say begin. Begin underscore what?
Begin.
Begin underscore what?
Under fill.
Fill. Okay. And then you need to have the parentheses. Now, after I draw the circle, you have to do what? What do we have to say? What was the command?
End fill.
Okay, but what do I need before the end fill? Do I just type in end fill?
No.
No. What do I need to type before the end fill?
Pen.
No.
Is not a.
What's missing
I
here?
don't know what is it?
How do we get
What is it?
how do we get anything to happen here with these turtles? What do you have to type in first?
Pen down.
No. How do we get
know.
color? How do we get color, begin, and circle to work? What do I need before I type in begin and circle and color? What do I need in front of them?
TA.
Right. I need the
TA
name.
dot.
I need the name of the object. Okay. There's
TA
also a
dot
variable.
until.
Okay. Okay. So once I do that, then I can draw a circle now, and it'll fill in the color. Now, there's a little bit of a problem because the circle is like all the way on top. So what do I need to do to move so I can move the circle down? What do I need to do?
TA dot
TA
go
dot.
to is
Oh,
dot or underscore.
okay. So I'm sorry, what?
Go to
Okay, one second. So let's say I tell it to
comma
go,
zero.
let's say I tell it to move down. So let's say I keep it in the same place. So I keep the X 0. Let's say I move it down 100. Let's say I wanted to move down 200 pixels. Okay. So that the whole circle is in more in the center, right? Look what I'm doing. Okay. So it's 0. That's X is 0. So it's staying on the same. So it's not moving left or right, but I'm telling it to move down 200 pixels. Okay. But what happened when I did that?
It became a half. Well, it
You
drew a
drew I drew a
line
line,
down.
right? I drew a line. How do I get rid of this line? What do I need to do? What do I need to do before I move the pen or the turtle? What do I need to do first?
Pen up.
Pen up. Okay. So how do I type? How do I command? So how do I type code in the command? What
TA
I
dot pen up.
PA dot pen up, right? So you have to do pen up first, so you don't end up drawing an extra line you didn't want. Now I do pen up, then I move the pen. Then what do I have to do after I move the pen?
Pen down.
Pen down. Okay, very good.
Pen.
Pen down. Okay, right. So then we need to do that. So it didn't really matter because when I filled in the color, it was going to get cover up the line anyway. Okay. So I want the circle to move to the right. Okay. If I want to move the circle to the right, I have to make the X a positive number. Okay. So the circle, I move the circle to, yeah, I'm sorry. So I move the circle to the right. Yes, I'm sorry.
Mr. Hunt.
Yes.
I'm just gonna do something with the cord real quick.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Okay. So if I want to move the circle to the left, then I have to make the X number negative. Okay. So the first
Okay.
number is the X number, second number is the Y number. Okay. So you see here, now I move the circle to the left. Okay. My left. Well, well, if you look at, okay. So if I want the circle to start, now the circle is not going to be centered, because when you start drawing, you're starting at the center, and then you're going to draw up and then come back down. So it's actually going to uh, be a little bit above. So if I don't move the pen, I just stay at the same location, the center, 0, 0. Okay, then it's going to be at the top half of the screen. Okay,
Hmm.
but if I do negative 100, then I'm going to shift it down. Okay.
Hmm.
So now it's more centered because I start drawing, because it's always starting at the kind of at the bottom. Okay. If I do negative 200, then it's going to move even further down. Okay. You see that? Okay. So let's say I want to draw another circle, right? If I don't move the pen and I draw another circle, then it's going to stay in exactly, then I'm going to draw on top of the circle. Okay. So you're not going to see another circle. Okay.
Hmm.
So let's say I move the pen back to the center. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And let's draw another circle. I'm just copying and pasting here, right? You see that I'm just copying and pasting? Okay, so I move the pen and I'm drawing another circle, but I'm going to change the color of the circle, okay? PA.color, and let's say I make it green, okay? So when I run the code, we should see two circles, and they'll be, I think, on top of each other, okay? Oh, I kind of made a snowman. Okay, okay. So let's say, and then if you want the circles to overlap, then you need to play around with the X and the Y. Okay. So let's say I do 50, right? Nope, not 150, it's 50. Okay. So what do you think? What do you think is going to happen with the two circles?
They might overlap.
They're probably going
Might
to
over-
overlap. They should overlap. Okay.
They probably
So
are
I
going
draw the
to.
blue circle, and then I'm drawing. No, actually, no.
It goes up,
Okay.
up, up like the movie.
So I'll do this.
Up,
I'm going to do negative 50. Let's see what happens.
goes up,
Okay, now they
up
overlap.
like the movie. Up,
Okay. So it's kind of like so you could make a caterpillar. Yeah, if you put the circles together, you can kind of make a caterpillar. Okay.
a caterpillar standing on his butt.
Okay. So by moving so just copying. Now this requires some experimentation.
Hmm?
So you have to kind of like play with the code and move it around, copy and paste.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So do you understand the pattern?
Yep.
Okay. So you import turtle, make a turtle, move the pen, draw a shape, move the pen, draw a shape, move the pen. And of course, if you want to change the color, you can change the color. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, okay, we're going to stop that. And so I created more. So I made more quiz cards, and and make sure that you check for. So just gonna go review some of the quiz cards. So it's your responsibility to keep up to date with the quiz cards. Now you need to master the level 0 quiz cards. I'm sorry, level 0 and the level 1 quiz cards. And so you have to first obviously master the level 0, and then you need to start looking at the level 1 cards. And I need to start making more level 1 cards. I need to start making more level 1 cards. because you are now at level 0.
Mr. Han, what's hard coding?
I'm sorry?
What is hard coding?
Hard coding is when you use fixed values, okay?
Wait, fix the value?
So the reason why coders use fixed values, because it's faster. Because when you have to code variables, it takes more time. Because you have to think, okay, what variable names do I want to make? So that takes time, okay? But when you hard code, you just put in a number or a string. So it's faster. But the problem is that you want to go back and replace the fixed values with variables. Okay? You don't want to make a program that's all hard coded. Okay?
Yep.
But that's something you could go back and fix. Okay? Okay, so I made 4 new quiz cards. So this is a while loop. Okay? So every time it loops, what is this going to do, Tanay? Looks like you're sleeping. Every time this while loops, what do you think it's going to do? Can you tell me? What's the output? What am I going to see every time it loops? Excuse me. What am I going to see every time it loops? No. What? Okay. What is this in general? What is this while loop going to do every time it loops?
I don't know.
Well, what is the command? What is the command? What does it do inside the while loop? What does it do?
Prints I.
Prints I.
Plus 1.
Okay. Now, when it adds 1 to I, we're not going to see that. Okay. But what are we going to see?
You're going to see 1 because I equals 0.
Okay. But the first time it loops, what are we going to see? The first time it loops, what will we see? What's going to output?
6.
No, not 6. What is I in the beginning?
I in the beginning is 0.
Okay. So I is 0. And then once we go inside the while loop, while I is less than 6, is 0 less than 6?
Yep.
Okay. So if that's true, then what is the first thing we're going to do?
The first thing it's gonna do is it's gonna print 6.
Why would it print 6? What is I?
I is 0.
So what is it going to print?
I don't know.
Okay, let's try again. I is 0 here, right? Then it tests for I. Is I less than 6? What is I right now?
I right now is 0.
Okay. So if I is less than 0, so I is 0. I'm sorry, I is 0. So if I is less than 6, then it's going to run the code that's inside. So what is the first thing it does inside the while loop?
The first thing it does inside the while loop is determines whether 0 or 6.
We already did that. We already did that. So inside the while loop, what is the first thing it does?
Print I.
So what is it going to print?
0.
Okay, it's going to print 0. Very good. So we'll see 0. Okay, and then what is the second thing that does what does the second step?
It's gonna add 1 to 0. Add 1 to 0.
Not to 0, to I.
To I.
I, okay. So what is 0 plus 1?
1.
Okay, so then what is I going to be next? Then when we go back to the top, what is I going to be next?
Next, it's gonna be 2.
No, how did it become 2?
Next is gonna be 1.
1. Is
And
1
then,
less than 6?
No. Wait,
1 is not less than 6?
Oh, it is less than 6.
Okay.
Master Han.
Yes.
And when it gets to like 7, like
no, it's not going to do that. So when
Why?
when I becomes, let's say I is 5 here, right? If I is 5 and it prints 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to add 1 to I, so then I becomes 6. Then when we go back to the top, 6 is 6 less than 6?
No.
No. So when that condition becomes false, then the while loop stops. Okay? The while loop only loops while this is true. As long as I is less than 6, it keeps looping. When I is equal to 6, then the loop stops. Okay?
Mhm.
Okay. So how many numbers is this while loop going to print? Can you tell me? How many numbers is this while loop going to print? And what, that's 6, right? So let's count. So it's going to print 0 first. 0 is the first number. What's the second number?
Oh, wait, no, it's gonna print 7 numbers.
No. Wait a minute. So it's going to print 0 first. Then what is the next number it's going to print? It's going to print 0 first. And then what is the next one? Then what's the next number?
The next number is 2.
2. Okay. So it's going to print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when I becomes 5, then it's going to add 1 to I. Then I is going to be 6. So when I is 6, because 6 is not less than 6, but equal to 6, so the while loop stops. Does it print 6? No. So the numbers is going to print is 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to print 6 numbers and then stop. Okay?
I think this is what the computer will inside the computer when it becomes equal to 6. Red alert, red alert,
Right.
red alert.
Right. Okay. Now, so I'll quickly explain. So for x in range 5. So what range does is kind of similar. So what it's going to do is it's going to range always starts counting at 0 unless you tell it differently. It counts as 0. So it's going to loop 5 times, but x always starts at 0. Okay, again, this idea of 0 base, we always start at 0. So x is going to be 0 first. It prints 0. Then it's going to become 1. It prints 1. Then x is going to become 2. It prints 2. Then it's going to become 3. It prints 3. Then x will become 4. Then it prints 4. But then when we come to 5, it stops. Okay? So the numbers, so this for loop is going to print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 on each line. And then it's going to stop at 5. Okay? So it's going to loop 5 times, but the x goes from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The x never becomes 5. 5 is the stop number. So when x becomes 5, it stops. It doesn't print anything. Okay? Now, what is this an example of? What is this an example of? What do we call this thing?
This is an example of a while loop.
Okay, very good.
An example of a white loop.
What is this an example of?
This is an example of a just a loop.
No.
For loop.
For loop, okay?
Just a for loop.
So we have for loops and while loops, okay?
Wait, Master Han.
Yes, sir.
I forgot to get a paper again for quiz cards.
Well, I'm just going over the quiz, okay?
Ooh.
You didn't know any of the answers until I explained it to you. Okay. So so Thursday I'm gonna ask you the questions and we'll do another review. Okay.
Master Han, it is Thursday.
I'm sorry?
It is Thursday.
Oh no, today's Thursday?
Yeah, today's Thursday.
I see you again this Thursday. Okay. So I just wanted to so one of the things that I can do to bring I'm sorry, let me stop the share. So one of the things that, one of the subjects that I can teach you a little bit about that will bring you value is you don't know any Korean, right? Do you know any Korean? No,
Mm,
right? You don't know any Korean.
no.
No, okay. So one of the things that I'm gonna do to bring you more value is gonna teach you some Korean. Let's say in 15 or 20 years, let's say you have a huge company, international company, and
Mm-hmm.
let's say you want to do business in South Korea, right? Probably in the next 15, 20 years, North and South Korea will probably reunite. It's a guess. It's reunite, and they'll probably become an even bigger economic superpower. So, I mean, lot of countries and a lot of business companies will want to, want to do business in Korea. So, what do you think would be an advantage for you if you do business business in South Korea?
I will get lots of high tech stuff
No, if you actually knew a little bit of Korean, it would be a big plus for you. Okay.
because I will wait. What if I say something in Korean? It's actually an insult when I'm trying to be kind.
Well, that's why it'd be a good idea to learn a little bit of Korean. Okay. So you don't do things like that, right? Okay.
Sure, that makes
So I'm
total
just
sense.
okay. So I'm just going to explain a little bit, a few minutes. So in Korean culture, so with children, right? With children, it's very common to call other kids, depending on their age, they'll have different titles. Okay. So the older students that are in the Thursday class,
Mm-hmm.
you would, if the one girl that's in the class, you would
Mm-hmm.
call her, you would call her, even though you're not related,
Mm-hmm.
you would call her Nuna. That means
Nuna.
older sister. Now you're not related, but it's very common for you to call as a child because you're children. It's very
Mm-hmm.
common for you to call an older girl.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say like if she's like 6 months or 1 year older than you, then it would be very common for you to call her Nuna, which means older sister. Okay, doesn't mean you're related, but it just means it's a friendly way to call your to another and a, a senior student. Okay, now now the now an older boy, right? Someone who's older than you,
Mm-hmm.
either 6 months to so you would call that older boy Hyung. Okay,
What?
so your brother, right?
Yeah.
He's 2. You're older than him, so if you were Korean, then he would naturally call you Hyung. Okay, okay, do you get that?
Yep.
Okay. Now your Nuna and Hyung, the kids who are older than you,
Mm-hmm.
they would call you Tongseng.
They will call me what?
Tongseng, which means sibling, younger sibling. Okay?
Hong Dang.
Okay? So so if if an older brother who's not related to you, but just older than you, older boy. So if an older boy gave you, let's say, a gift, right, a toy or a piece of candy, right, then
Mm-hmm.
you would want to say out of respect, right? You would say, well, you would say their first name, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say something like Chris. So you would say
Okay.
something like Chris. Well, that's an English name, but American name. So Chris Hyung 고맙습니다. Okay, so that's what you would say. Okay.
This
Now, if it
young.
was Korean, let's say if you knew if they had a Korean name, then you would use their Korean name. Okay. Okay. So even though they're not related to you, you would naturally, in Korea, kids naturally call older kids by different titles. Now, the funny thing is that if you were a girl, you would actually use a different words for an older brother and an older sister. Okay? And if your brother was if you instead of a younger brother, you had a younger sister, she would be using a different words. She wouldn't be calling you hyung, because that's only if if she was a boy. Because she's a girl, if she was a girl, if your brother was a girl, a sister instead of a brother, then she would call you oppa. Okay? So it's very complicated. There are a lot of different titles. Okay? But just keep in mind, because you're a boy, you would call an older girl close to your age but older than you, right? You would call her Nuna, and an older boy you would call Hyung. Now
Yeah.
this assumes that you actually know them, okay? Normally it would be only appropriate if you knew them, okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? You wouldn't just go up to a random person, random boy, older boy or older girl, and start saying Hyung Nuna. That would be kind of strange, okay?
Yeah.
Okay?
That would be
It would be a little
strange.
strange, okay? But that's so I gave you a short introduction to Korean culture, and I'll do a little bit of Korean culture every class. Okay.
Okay.
Now, let me finish by saying, so my Korean title would be teacher, and the Korean word for teacher is 선생님.
Tongue what?
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's gonna take. 선생님 would be what you would be. That would be my title, 선생님. So if you couldn't remember my name, then all you would have to do is say 선생님. If you had 10 teachers at your school and you didn't know their name, all you would have to, if it was a Korean school, all you would have to do is say 선생님. You don't have to know their actual name. It would be
Wait.
nice if you knew their name, but if you don't remember their name, then if you just say 선생님 by their title, then that would be fine. You okay?
Yeah. Just
Okay.
coughing a little bit.
Okay, so tomorrow, please try to play around with the code. So you want to win that $25 gift card, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, well, then you have to put some work into it. Okay. Okay, so I'll see you Thursday, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tuesday. It's Thursday
I'm sorry?
today.
Today is Tuesday, right? I'm going to see you Thursday.
But today's Thursday. Today's
No.
Thursday.
No, today is Tuesday.
What do you mean today's Tuesday?
Are you trying to
Oh
prank me?
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I forgot.
It's hard because
forgot.
we're all locked up inside, so every day is like every other day. Okay, so I'll see you Thursday, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye. Take
Bye-bye.
care.